The world of K-pop was shaken when news broke that BTS's golden magne Jungkook had suffered an injury during military training. Fans across the globe held their breath, anxiously waiting for updates, hoping that the damage was not severe and that he was recovering well. While HYB assured the public that he was in stable condition, speculation swirled about his well-being and the emotional toll of the situation on both Jungkook and his fellow BTS members. But just when fans thought they had to rely solely on official statements, an unexpected development sent the fandom into a frenzy. Jungkook, known for his resilience and deep connection with his bandmates, wrote heartfelt letters to Jimin and Taehyung, the two members he has always shared an unbreakable bond with. When the letters arrived, Jimin and Taehyung were reportedly caught off guard, their emotions written all over their faces. But what exactly did Jungkook say in these letters? Why did he choose to address Jimin and Taehyung specifically? And how did the two vocalists react upon reading his words? The contents of the letters, while private, were described as deeply emotional, revealing a side of Jungkook that fans rarely get to see. Sources close to the situation claim that Jungkook poured his heart out, expressing fears, regrets, and a longing to be with his brothers once again. The injury had forced him to confront a reality he had never anticipated: the harsh conditions of military life and the distance from the people he cherishes most. For Jimin, who has always been protective of Jungkook, receiving the letter was overwhelming. Those present when he read it described how his usual cheerful demeanor shifted into something more introspective. His eyes glistened with unshed tears, his fingers trembling slightly as he reread Jungkook's words. The bond between the two had been evident since their early BTS days. Their friendship built on years of shared struggles, laughter, and mutual support. But nothing had prepared Jimin for this moment: the realization that Jungkook was struggling alone, miles away from him. Taehyung, on the other hand, had a different reaction. Known for his deep emotions but also his playful nature, he initially tried to mask his feelings, attempting to lighten the mood. However, those who know him best could see through his facade. Behind the smile there was pain. The words in Jungkook's letter had struck a chord, reminding him of the importance of their connection and the weight of time passing without being together. Fans who had witnessed the strong friendship between Jungkook and Taehyung over the years immediately speculated: did Jungkook mention something in particular that made Taehyung react this way? Did the letter contain a specific memory or a promise between them? As news of the letters spread, armies around the world took to social media, expressing their emotions over the touching display of brotherhood. Many revisited past moments between the trio, reminiscing about the times they spent comforting and uplifting one another. Some fans even speculated whether Jungkook's letter hinted at a deeper struggle he was facing in the military, perhaps a fear of losing the version of himself that had once thrived on stage, in front of millions. The military can be a challenging experience, but for someone like Jungkook, who has spent his entire adult life in the limelight, the transition was bound to be even more intense. The sudden isolation from his brothers, the structured and often rigid training, and now the physical setback of an injury, these were all elements that could weigh heavily on even the strongest of minds. Did Jungkook reveal his worries about how this experience might change him? Did he confide in Jimin and Taehyung about the struggles he had kept hidden from the public eye? While Jimin and Taehyung have yet to publicly address the letters, close sources claim that they are planning to visit Jungkook as soon as possible. The urgency in their actions suggests that the words in Jungkook's letter had a significant impact, one that cannot be ignored. If these letters carried a hidden message, was it a cry for help, a reminder of their unbreakable bond, or perhaps something more? For armies, the situation brings a mix of emotions. While they are grateful that Jungkook is safe and recovering, they cannot ignore the pain of separation that has now become more real than ever. The thought of him writing letters filled with longing, of Jimin and Taehyung struggling to hold back their tears. It's an image that fans never expected to see. Jungkook's injury may heal with time, but the emotional wounds left by the distance between him and his brothers may take longer to mend. What happens next remains uncertain, but one thing is clear: no matter how far apart they are, the bond between Jimin, Taehyung, and Jungkook remains unshakable. And in the end, that connection will be what brings them back together, stronger than ever. But as the world awaits more updates, one question lingers: what will Jungkook's next letter say? Will he reveal even more of his emotions, or will he choose to keep his struggles to himself? And when Jimin and Taehyung finally see him again, will their reunion be filled with laughter, or will there be unspoken words that only they can understand? As the hours passed and the weight of Jungkook's words settled in, Jimin and Taehyung found themselves lost in thought, their minds replaying memories of their youngest member, the laughter, the mischief, the quiet moments of vulnerability he rarely shared. Each word in the letter felt like a puzzle piece, and the more they read, the clearer it became. Jungkook wasn't just writing to update them on his condition. He was reaching out, searching for something, perhaps even trying to tell them something he couldn't say outright. But what was it? Neither Jimin nor Taehyung could shake the feeling that there was more to Jungkook's letters than what met the eye. The careful choice of words, the way he lingered on certain memories, the hints of hesitation between the lines. It was as if Jungkook was trying to say something but stopping himself before revealing too much. For Jimin, the letter brought back a flood of emotions. He remembered the days when Jungkook, still a teenager, would turn to him whenever he felt lost. The younger had always sought comfort in Jimin's presence, relying on him in ways the public never saw. Jimin had been the one to pull Jungkook into a hug when he felt overwhelmed, the one who reassured him when he doubted himself. And now, miles apart, Jungkook was reaching out again. But this time, Jimin wasn't there to hold him. Taehyung, on the other hand, couldn't ignore the specific memory Jungkook had chosen to include in his letter. It was an old one from their early years, a moment Taehyung hadn't thought about in ages. Why had Jungkook brought it up now? Was it his way of reminding them of something they had promised each other long ago? The emotional weight of Jungkook's words lingered in the air, leaving Jimin and Taehyung restless. They had spent years together, built a bond that went beyond mere friendship. It was family, a connection that no amount of distance could weaken. But reading Jungkook's letter, they realized something terrifying. For the first time in years, he was experiencing something they couldn't protect him from. And that thought alone was enough to send them into action. As soon as they finished reading, Jimin and Taehyung exchanged a look, one that needed no words. There was only one thing left to do. They needed to see Jungkook. Just as Jimin and Taehyung were waiting for an update on their request, another letter arrived. This time it wasn't addressed just to them. It was for ARMY. Unlike his private letters to Jimin and Taehyung, this one was meant for the world to see. Posted through official channels, Jungkook's words were both reassuring and heartbreaking at the same time. He thanked fans for their concern, told them not to worry, and assured them that he was healing well. But even through his comforting words, something felt off. Jungkook's usual playful tone was missing. His words carried weight, as if he were holding back emotions he didn't want to reveal. One line, in particular, stood out. Even though I'm far away, I still feel you all beside me. But some days, the distance feels heavier than others. Fans immediately picked up on the underlying message. Was Jungkook struggling more than he was letting on? Was military life taking a greater toll on him than anyone realized? And if so, what did this mean for his recovery, not just physically but emotionally?